So if your water pressure, or if your water just starts running real slow, that means you got low water pressure. And you probably living there in the country. Where you have to keep up your own water pump and water tank. So what you want to do first of all is to locate your water pump switch. And of course you'll notice that your water pressure is low, and it will be, by now, it will already be below 35. That's when, cause your water pump will cut on at approximately 38 pounds. So anything below 38 pounds, and you won't hear your pump running down this pipe. You got low water pressure. And first thing to check is to take this off, and there's your that's what operates your pump, turns it on and off. And sometimes when what happens, these points here in that switch will get stuck, and it won't pump water. And how they get stuck is sometimes they'll get the insects that crawl in between the points here, and just get them so they'll be unable to work, because won't be making no contact. So the first thing you do, you go to this little switch here and turn it on and off and on, off and on for several times, and a lot of times that will make the bugs fall out, if that's what it is. And if that ain't it, you go to your second thing, which we'll show you in a second. And by the way, it's a good policy to once in a while spray some insecticide around on this turn-off box here. So if you're a homeowner or a renter in the country, or even a small town or small community, you probably have one of these pumps here, water pump, that you get your water from, instead of from the city. And it will look something like this. This is one of the bigger tanks here, but you could have a real small tank. They say it's just as good, but you'll see how it's all connected up here. And most of Used to, all the motors would be sitting up here on the ground. But that's not the case anymore. Most of them down inside this pipe here, they call them submersibles. And they go way down in the ground, way on, and they're underwater. And as the case is, these are exceptionally good because they tend to keep it prime even if the electricity is off. And right there you can see the gauge there. It tells you how much you got, how much pressure you got. That's about 50 pounds right now. So when it gets down to about 37 pounds, it'll cut back on. And this is the thing here. It cuts it on and off. This little switch box here. And that's the inside the switch box. And normally, if you're something goes wrong, this thing cut itself off. And but you could cut it off yourself right here. Just click that back. It's turned off. But if it just turns off and it hasn't clicked back, what you can do is there's a good chance that the points need filing. So what you got is two little sets of points here. And they're here and here. There's two sets on each side. So if it's a point that's bad, all you do, and I had to do this just a few days ago. You know, it usually happens once every few years. And then points will go bad. And all you do is, I do it with this fingernail file. I just put it down in there on each one of them points and file them up and down, all four of them, and on both sides, here and here. And when you get through, but first, I would recommend first, before you do that, to turn your main switch off in your house. It goes to this it goes to the switch, and because it's possible that turning it off here may not do the job. So you always want to be extra careful on any kind of electrical work you do. Don't never take a chance on, because this particular thing right here is 240 volts. I think the old ones years ago might have been 120, but these are 240, so it can kill you. So don't never try to work on this without turning your juice off, and make sure it's turned off. So that's but it's way better to do it yourself than to call the serviceman out, which will charge you, which will only take him 10 minutes, 5 minutes, probably, but he'll have to charge you like $100. So that's the thing. That's the thing to know about your water pump. And I'm a big advocate for doing it yourself. So if you have any trouble with it, follow these procedures, save yourself a little money. You don't have to use a fingernail file, but any kind of thin file that you can get in between them points will be fine.